Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the Gloucester Cast Podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, everybody. We are here at the studio at 44 Main Street with my personal accountant, Jodi Anselmo from Harvey and Martin?
Harvey and Martin.
Harvey and Martin. And I just want to make sure our audio is good here. Let me just make sure everybody. Hello, everybody. So there's my audio clip here. All right, I think we're good. If the audio is not good, just let me know, and we'll see the message over here. But Jodi, it's getting to be tax season.
It is tax season.
It is tax
season.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in the thick of it right
now. And so, can you just tell me a little bit about what services that you provide?
Sure. So at Harvey and Martin, we're a full service CPA firm, which basically means that we do taxes and tax planning for individuals and small businesses. We also perform audit services and financial statement services for small businesses. A lot of times you might need a financial statement or like an audit or a review for loan purposes. Mm-hmm. We do tax planning, business consulting, and I just say we're just a trusted advisor when it comes to, businesses and personal financial needs.
Yeah. So we've been with you for a while now, and I've turned on a lot of people to your services.
Well, thank you.
But the reason I say that is because every single person that I turn on to you, I'll come back and say, thank you so much. She's fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you.
So and so it's a testament to the work that you guys do. But if you are in a situation where you really don't have a tax person, then I highly recommend her. And the information is, let's see if I can get right there. See right there where I'm pointing? You can contact Jodi at janselmo at hmpccpa. Did I get that right?
Yes.
.com. But before we go any further, we're going to be live at Minglewood tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I wanted to thank Anthony and Joe at Tono for inviting us to go to the North Italian wine dinner last night. It was an incredible success. The place was packed. The food was fantastic, as usual. But I wanted to give them a special thank you. So can you give us a breakdown of tax season time? What's a timeline? Like, when do you think is like people should start thinking about this type of stuff?
So people should really start thinking about taxes in October, November, and December, because come January 1st, and this is a line one of my partners uses, come January 1st, we become historians. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing that you can do come January 1st. But, if you're a small business and, you made a ton of money and you're looking to reduce your taxes, there's things that, we can do in October, November, and December to help you make decisions to reduce your tax liability. And so I always say, if you're going to be looking for a new accountant or a new CPA, now's probably not the time to do it, because again, at this point, there's not too much we can do to help you out. At this point, we become, paper pushers, data entry clerks, preparing returns and keeping you in compliance.
Yeah.
But what happens is, so yeah, you should do a lot of tax planning come October, November, and December. And this is for personal as well as business. A lot of personal clients need to know whether or not they should have taxes withheld out of their required minimum distributions. How much they should be given away to charity, you know, to help reduce their tax liabilities. Then come January, that's usually when a lot of small businesses, they start closing down their books.
Yeah.
You know, they reconcile, they get the final bank statement, they reconcile. And then at that point, once things are reconciled, that's when, you know, as a small business taxpayer, you should also be thinking about, you know, getting your information to us so that we could help you prepare 1099s. So those are issued, those have to be issued to recipients by January 31st.
Oh, okay.
And then typically, you know, in January, that's when a lot of companies are getting people's W-2s out. Investment companies, they usually have their information out by February 15th. And so by February 15th, you should have, you know, most of your documents. And at that point, you know, that's a good time to contact us to, you know, get your information into us. And we have, you know, we have high tech options and we have low tech options. If you're not savvy with the computer, you know, when you prefer to give your tax documents to an individual and, you know, maybe sit down and go through them, you can very much do that. But we also have a portal where people can upload their documents.
Oh,
and then we get notified. Yes. So we'll get notified when your documents are uploaded.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, we'll check in and start preparing your returns.
So I need to get set up with that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That takes the big step out.
It does. It does.
Oh goodness, yeah, I'm all about that. So what is this? Is there an online? Is there an online record keeping system that you prefer your clients to be with? Like, is there like a service, like I know there was Peachtree and there's all these different ones. Is there one that like you personally say this makes my life a lot easier?
Well, so the biggest thing right now is QuickBooks. I think they've pretty much cornered the market for small business taxpayers. And for years, they've had the desktop option, you know, where you could buy a version of QuickBooks from Staples for a couple of $100 and then you use it until you feel you needed to get another upgrade. But now they're pushing small businesses to online. The great thing about QuickBooks Online is that you can share access with your CPA and bookkeeper, and then we can go in and access the reports that we need and access the information so that, you know, we're not having to contact you and say, okay, get us a backup of your file, get us your information. So that's the nice thing about the QuickBooks Online.
So is there a way, so say, you know, so I use Square for my processing and I get a report. Is there a way like every day to just keep up with it so it's already taken care of?
Yeah, so I think with QuickBooks Online, Square is a credit card processor.
But
then,
it's also an online store.
Oh, okay. And then, and Square has an integration with QuickBooks.
Really?
So you could integrate it so that on a daily basis, you can import the information into QuickBooks and then you go in and you categorize the transactions. You know, okay, sales of sweatshirts or whatever the credit card sales, cash sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I have to get started with all that. I can't believe as tech savvy as I am that I like, you know, it's just kind of messy and I prefer it not to be messy. And then at the end, when it's time to do your taxes, it's all the heavy lifting is already done.
Yeah, I mean, you should still, even if you use QuickBooks Online, you should still go in on a monthly basis and make sure to reconcile your bank accounts. because it can get confusing, and things can be duplicated, and whatever the case. But I mean, just like with your personal checkbook, you should be going in and reconciling. QuickBooks does make it easy to do that.
Mhm.
You go and you hit the reconcile button, put in your ending bank balance, and then it's got all the transactions, and you compare those transactions to what's on your bank statement. And then when you do it correctly, you get a nice green button. It says, good job, or it's all reconciled.
Is the carrot? Is that the carrot
Yes,
right there?
exactly.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great idea. So yeah, but the way I do it here is I keep it very simple. Like I have a credit card for any of my expenses, like any inventory that I'm gonna buy,
Mm-hmm.
or like my internet things or stuff I buy for the computer, and then I strictly use that credit card for purchases,
Okay.
for expenses.
Yeah, and you should definitely, as a small business owner, you should keep things separate.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you have it, use
Personal
a credit card.
and a business.
Exactly.
That's why doing that makes it a lot easier. And now I started out by using PayPal and stuff, and then I got a PayPal credit card, so I knew any transactions on that, anything that came in from PayPal
Mm-hmm.
was someone bought a thing of merchandise.
The merchandise.
And then if anything that I paid for was out of that credit card, or not for personal use, only for buying stuff for the business. So
Good.
Keeps it simple, right?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good tactic right there.
Yeah, at the very least, you should make sure to keep it separate.
So QuickBook is the thing. So next question: are there any new deductions that people may not have known about that they should present to their accountant?
So a few years ago, on the individual side, the itemized deduction, or the standard deduction, was raised in a way such that most taxpayers don't need to itemize. In addition to raising the standard deduction, they also limited the state and local tax deduction to $10,000. So state and local taxes, that's your real estate taxes, your excise taxes, and as well as the state income taxes we pay to Massachusetts. So that was limited to $10,000. So because of that limit, it made it such that many taxpayers don't even itemize. They raised the standard deduction. So then with that said, you don't have to keep track of your medical expenses, your charitable deductions, your excise taxes, real estate. But, if you have a decent sized mortgage and you have mortgage interest, that's an itemized deduction. So many times if, you do have a decent sized mortgage with mortgage interest, that plus the $10,000 and then any charitable contributions, you may still be in a position where you do itemize. This year, Massachusetts said that you can deduct charitable contributions. So even if you don't itemize for federal purposes, you can still deduct charitable contributions on your Massachusetts tax return. You can't deduct donations to Goodwill, like used clothing, used furniture. But if, you're donating to some of the...
So it has to be like a 501c?
Yes.
Some kind of...
Yeah.
And then the best way to keep track of that is how? From like a check stub? Use that account? Use your business account for that?
Well, so you wouldn't... So that's more on the personal level.
Okay.
And on a business side, it's depending on the type of business you have, the charitable contributions may be deductible at the business level or pass through to you individually. But either way, I think if you make a contribution over $250, the organization's required to send you a letter saying thank you for your contribution. So you should keep evidence of that. as well as, evidence of your payment.
Yeah. All right. There you go. What is the single best accounting hack that would help people be more organized?
Oh geez.
Is that a good question?
In what sense? So I always tell, especially my small business taxpayers, even somebody like a real estate agent, with their own Schedule C. And we just talked about this. Keep your business separate from your personal. So if you're Schedule C, you have your own business checking account, have your own business credit card. And that way it just makes it easier when you organize things at the end of the year for your accountant. You go through your bank account statements and you go through your statements, and even if you don't use a QuickBooks or anything of that nature, you just kind of, put the information into an Excel spreadsheet and organize it that way.
That's what I do, right?
Yeah. If you're an individual, the best thing you can do is, well, first open up your mail, please. Open your mail, unfold the documents, and, look to see what it is that you got. Pull out your tax return from last year. I know our firm, will put together everything that we used for the return
For the previous year?
and we staple it and say, this is what was used
so you
for
can
your
look for
tax
these
return.
these
Exactly.
lines, right?
Yeah, if it's not...
Where is that?
Exactly. So pull that out and organize, look through what you have this year and start, kind of comparing, okay, I got this form, I got that form, and it just makes things easier on our end. And again, just open up your mail.
Yeah. All right, here's the next question. Donna Artizzoni says, just saw her yesterday, very good account.
Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna.
There you go, see that? What, in your opinion, is the best way? So say you're a saver and you're gonna have money. So, this is thinking about next December, October, November, December. Say, you have some gains and you're a saver. What are some of the best hacks that you can use to mitigate your tax bill? So say you're gonna have like a $40,000 in profits or whatever for your small business. What are some things that you would advise in October, November, December?
So when you have money, or when your business has made money, you can do one of two things. You can reinvest the profits. So, you maybe buy some equipment. If some of your equipment's older, go out and buy equipment. You can also, if you have a retirement plan or a self-employed person's retirement plan or a 401k plan, you can, you can fund that. Exactly. But one thing I always recommend is that people don't go out and spend money just to save taxes, because when you spend $1, you're not saving $1 in taxes.
Right. Depending
on which tax bracket you're in, for every $1 you spend, you could only be saving, 20 to 30 cents in taxes. So you don't want to,
70.
Exactly. And then you have no money.
Right.
So you should be wise in what you're spending your money on. And again, going back to my example, if you need a new truck, maybe that's when you look and you say, okay, let's buy a new truck this year. Or if you're getting to be the age and, of retirement and your retirement's not funded yet, start plowing money into that.
Right. Yeah. And there's different vehicles. One of the better things that I did when I had my daughters was the college plan. And is that a good time to put some money?
So you could put money into a 529 plan, but at the federal level, you're not getting a deduction for that. They're depending on the amount and the types, there may be deduction on the state side, But the great thing about a 529 plan is that
It grows actually, right?
and then as long as it's used for a, qualified tuition, then you're not having to pay tax on the earnings.
Right.
And they did change the laws on the 529 plans a few years ago, whereby you can not only use the money for college, but there are some like vocational schools you can use it for. And if you have kids in private schools, even at the post-secondary,
really?
Yeah, you can use the money for that as well.
Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, that was one of the best things I ever did for my daughters, because when it grew, and you didn't have to get whacked on it.
And then they don't have to worry about, taking out loads of student loan debt.
Yeah, well, nowadays that doesn't matter though, does it? It just gets forgiven.
Well, not everybody's. It hasn't been forgiven for everybody.
No. Well, there you go. That's good. Okay, I love this question, and I see. Oh, you're not supposed to look at the questions.
Oh.
It's supposed to be spontaneous. What one thing that does the average person not know about the life of an accountant?
Oh geez, that's a good one. We don't like paper.
You don't like paper. You'd rather have everything digital.
Well, and that's speaking for me. I know there's maybe accountants out there who have a few years on me, and they may be in a different mindset. But what's one thing that I guess the biggest thing is that I'd say people think that we only work, January through April, and that's not true. We have, at our firm, we're busy all year long, and we keep people busy all year long, with the other services that we provide, doing the audits. We work with a lot of not-for-profits.
A lot of businesses don't necessarily have the end of their business
Exactly.
year isn't April 15th.
Exactly. So there are odd year ends, and we also put a lot of people on extension as well. And I think one of the biggest things is people shouldn't be afraid to go on extension. And I think a lot of times if you do have to go on extension, it's almost better because it gives us a little bit more time to review your information, and we're not so rushed.
Notorious offender right here. That's me. She's secretly saying, this is the guy right here. Janelle Sleepy Palazzola up Popolo says to say hi to the boss. And Chris Lagakopoulos, my buddy, he says, wait, where is it? How do I get this? This is much more informative than when I sit next to you and we talk about French fries.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Glad you hear that.
People are getting something out of this. That's very nice. That's a great compliment, right?
And there. Janelle's great. She's the face when you come into our office. She's the shining, face that you see when you first walk in.
Always upbeat.
And she's a good gatekeeper. People can always set up a time to meet with me, call me, email me. But many times, if it's a simple question, Janelle can take care of it. If you need a copy of your tax return, or if you have a question about how to drop off your stuff, or with our portal, she can usually answer that.
I gotta get set up with the portal.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm doing that. I'm leaving here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see Janelle.
I was gonna say, Janelle, set him up with the portal.
Janelle, you watching this?
Invite.
Set me up with the portal. It's gonna be like the Star Trek episode. Beat me up, Scotty. Virginia Piscatella DeVoe, good morning to you as well. Oh, look, she's on it. Look at this. This is the kind of service you get. Look at this. Janelle Sleepy Popolo. I'm on it, Joey. Nice. So so walk me through this now. I'm gonna go home and I have online my bank statements and my anything that I got from PayPal, they send you a report. I just forward that report to you.
I don't need that report. You should go through it beforehand and kind of go through and classify all your income
So
and
what
expenses.
would the portal be good for then?
So the portal's good for uploading your W-2s.
Okay. I take a picture of it and send it to you?
Yep, you can do that.
Okay.
The portal, so you don't want to be emailing sensitive information. You don't want to email your social security number and things like that.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to be hacked and, have your bank, I mean, you just don't want your social security number out there. So the portal's a secure way for people to upload their tax documents with sensitive information on it.
Okay. All right. So the things that I get from the bank that say important tax documents.
You can upload that. Yeah.
Right.
And then the nice thing about the portal as well is when we're done with the return, we can upload a copy of your return to the portal. So if your mortgage broker needs a copy of your tax return because you're doing a refinance, you can just go into the portal and send it directly to the broker.
Yeah, my guy Brandon Pratt. We do that all the time. Brandon Pratt, my guy. I was just gonna say. I had a question now. I just lost the thought of it. So right now, are you taking new clients right now?
So we are, we're a growing firm. We're taking on new clients.
Well, the only reason I said is because you said earlier, this is probably not the time to get a new account. At the same time, this is probably when people, because they're, they start to, this is when the anxiety starts to creep in. And they start panicking and they're like, I need a new account. So this would be the time for you to pick up business if you were so inclined.
So yes, we are taking on new clients. The ideal client would be, a more complex business or individual. If you just have a W-2, we're not for you. But if you have a more complex tax situation, you're a small business, you're looking for, business consulting in addition to, compliance, getting your tax returns prepared, then, I'll always, take on that type of work. But there's a lot of CPAs as a result of COVID who have died or they're starting to retire. And we are taking on, new clients in that sense. But again, you're not going to get your return done by April 15th if you call me today or email me today. I would be more than happy to help you do an extension. And
you don't get penalized for doing an extension.
No, the thing is, so even though an extension is an extension of time to file or prepare your tax return, it's not an extension of time to pay your taxes. So if you typically owe taxes, then I'll say, okay, I'm going to extend you, but you got to pay money with that extension. Yeah. And we'll help you.
And it'll work out though. Like if you thought you were going to owe money, but you didn't, it's not like the money just go.
No, you'll get it refunded. Yeah.
What's the best way for someone to get their money? Like say they think that they're getting money back. Like what's the best move for them to get like a quick refund?
To have it direct deposited. So you'd have to give your accountant your banking information and then would put it into the software and then you'd get your refunds direct deposited.
Janelle, get me set up. Janelle, get in the bank. Get the numbers, Janelle. Get the numbers.
Don't share it online, Joey.
Here's the numbers. Janelle, I want you to have it at any cost. I'm just going to put it in the notes here. Yeah, don't worry. No one's paying attention. No one watches this anyway.
Yeah, add your social security number. And where was your first elementary school?
Oh, wait, yeah. Is this one of the questions? Yeah. Look at Janelle says, I'm on it, Joey. Listen, this is the kind of service you get right here.
Well, thank you. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of but honestly, like, we'll be wrapping this up now. But honestly, I know McCarthy. There's a lot of people that have come over with you, and every one of them is like, oh, they were great.
Well, good. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're very involved with the community as well. You're Rotarian, right?
I'm not a Rotarian,
Oh.
but I am, and this is where I'm going to do the plug. Okay. A plug for the Cape Ann license plate. So I am treasurer of the Cape Ann Community Foundation.
Oh.
And, it's, if you've seen the Cape Ann license plate around town, basically what happens is if you get a Cape Ann license plate, it costs you $20 a year. You do it through the RMV. You can go to, Love Cape Ann. Lauren's going to kill me. I think it's lovecapeann.com.
If you go to the Cape Ann Chamber, they have a link right on the front page of the chamber. So if you can't remember any of this other stuff, you can go there.
Yeah, and then you click, you get a Cape Ann license plate, and then it's set it and forget it. You get you pay $20 extra with your registration every year, so it works out to be $40 every 2 years. But what happens is the money goes to the Cape Ann Community Foundation, and we use the money to provide grants to nonprofits within Cape Ann. So the money, basically stays within Cape Ann, and there's a lot of great organizations who've received grants from the foundation. Backyard Growers is one of them.
Open Door, probably.
Open Door,
yeah. Great.
But it's a great organization.
It's a great organization. Have you ever volunteered over there?
I haven't. No.
I haven't either. But I think we're going to get a group and we're going to do it because so Donna Rogers, one of our Good Morning Gloucester castmates, and Brandon Pratt, they and it's not a big commitment. It's only a couple hours.
Okay.
And they say they walk out of there and they feel so good about it. Every person that's done it, much like every person that I refer to you comes out with a good feeling. Yeah. Same type of thing for donating their time at Open Door.
Okay.
But yeah, Kate has Valentine's Day is passed.
It's already
passed. We already did Valentine's Day. But birthdays is a great time to get a vanity plate. With the Cape Ann. If you're a Cape Ann lover, if your betrothed is a Cape Ann lover, one of these license plates is a really great gift. I got one for Kate the first year that they came out, and every time there's a lot of little cars like hers roaming around the streets, but I know hers when it's coming down the street because I see that Cape Ann license plate, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah.
There you go.
And like I said, it goes to a great cause. And every year we do a low number auction. People kind of confuse the low number auction with the plate itself. You don't have to bid to get the low number. You can just go to the website and get the plate and pay the $20. It would be a random number,
right.
But you can still
have the
do
Cape
that.
Ann, the logo and stuff like that on it,
yeah,
which is cool.
And then if you want to support the organization in other ways, if you go to the website, you can click on a link and donate money to the organization.
Are you the treasurer?
Yes, I'm the treasurer.
Very important lady.
Yeah.
All right, Jodi, thank you so much for coming down.
Again, thank you for having me.
Oh, I got to go back to this because I want to make sure this goes at the very end. Right here, we're going to put this on the screen. Contact, look, right, where am I? Right there. See what I'm pointing to? Contact Jodi Anselmo at hmpccpa.com.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Janelle. Thank you, Janelle.
All right. Got to go do some tax returns.
Go get some tax returns done. Got to get it done. Wait, go here and what does it say? And let me close this. Oh no, I go here, full screen, and end stream.